Hello everyone. So you all are back now again in Tanmay sir's class and I welcome you all. And in today's class, as I already promised in my last video, that is my second video lecture, which is the textual discussion and analysis, that we will have another class. And on that very class, we will wind up the text, reading, analyzing, interpreting, and explanation of the text, along with certain other things. And today, after completing the text, we will definitely have a strong look back, not in anger, but look back in smile to all the datas and information, facts and figures from this text. Okay, so without much delay, let's begin with our today's part. So dear students, I'm sure you all remember, and in your book, you must have marked, or in your PDF, you must have marked that we ended the last video at this point, that I continued down the road my cousin Murad went across the field toward the irrigation ditch. So this is definitely Aram's statement. Now we know well that Aram and Murad, these two Armenian boys, forms the hub of this text, and whatever is their journey, their exploration, their adventure, all are getting caught up in a single umbrella. And Aram is the narrator, and Murad, his cousin brother, is also there. Now, about that horse, the stealing of the horse for the sake of riding. Now, after Murad's part, there will be Aram's part also. We already came to know that Murad has a way with the horse, and he is a naturalist and he is an animal lover. Now, Murad, when Murad was insisting, just let's go a little bit back so that you can remember well that my cousin Murad came running down the road. I'm not worried about you, he shouted. We have got to get that horse. You go this way and I'll go this way. If you come upon him, be kindly, I'll be near. This is all about finding the horse. Okay? Now I continued down the road and my cousin Murad went across the field towards the irrigation ditch. And it was my question to you all, did he get the horse back? If yes, then where? Now it took him half an hour to find the horse and bring him back. So I believe it's a very important information that how much time was required for Murad to get the horse back. So it took him half an hour to find the horse and bring him back. Okay, so next. Fine. Now, all right, he said, jump on. The whole world is awake now. What will we do? I said. Well, he said, we'll either take him back or hide him until tomorrow morning. It's a plan by Murad. It's a the passion or the fume of passion is still smoldering, it seems, from Murad's statement that the crazy streak, the passion, the bubbling enthusiasm, all are still there in Murad after riding the horse alone. And now here, he didn't sound worried, and I knew he would hide him and not take him back. Not for a while, at any rate. Where will we hide him? I said. That was a very pertinent question from my part because it was all Murad's planning to get the horse for a ride, then to hide him or to return him. I was only the companion. Aram was only the companion. So where will we hide him? I said. I know a place, he said. Please, dear students, try to be very attentive in my class today because I'm trying to enact as much as possible for me for the betterment of your understanding so that it becomes convincing to you. So that I am Aram, I am Murad at sometimes. Okay. So this voice modulation will only be worked upon you if you impart full your attention here. Okay. How long ago did you steal this horse? I said. Now this, so Murad's excitement didn't even hush up, and Aram's enthusiasm or Aram's inquisition about where did he get the horse from and what is he planning to do with the horse further, all these things are at the same level, parallelly. Aram's inquisition about the horse and Murad's excitement about getting the horse or keeping the horse, parallel movement. Now, it suddenly dawned on me. Means it suddenly, it's a very beautiful phrasal expression. It suddenly dawned on me that he had been taking these early morning rides for some time. Dawned on me means I realized. Dawn is a moment. Dawn is a moment. If I just try to show you DAWN, dawn is a early morning moment. Before the sunrise or the sun is going to rise, that very moment. So dawn. So dawn here metaphorically symbolize the early phase. Metaphorically symbolize the early phase or the beginning or the initiation of any movement or any action or the commencement. Okay, so it dawned to me. Now, it suddenly dawned on me that he had been taking these early morning rides for some time and had come for me this morning only because he knew how much I longed to ride. Aram also wanted to ride, but the impediment on Aram's part was how will I get the money to buy a horse, or how will I manage to get a horse? Because if I ask from someone, probably nobody will give me because I'm only 9-year-old boy. Even if Murad is a 13-year-old boy, not matching enough. Our ages are not matching enough to comply to this age. So the age restriction is still there with us. How will I get it? Murad got the opportunity and got it for me also. Now, who said anything about stealing a horse? Who said anything about stealing a horse? He said. Anyhow, I said, how long ago did you begin riding every morning? How long ago did you begin riding every morning? It was a question. It was a question or doubtful question from Aram to Murad. Not until this morning, he said. Not until this morning, Murad said. Are you telling the truth? I said. Are you telling the truth? I said. Or in the bracket, there was a question that Aram was wanted to ask that I'm sure you are not trying to make a fool out of me. So it was a question, are you telling the truth? I said, of course not, he said. But if we are found out, that's what you ought to say. I don't want both of us to be liars. All you know is that we started riding this morning. A horse is lost, a horse is missing. Nobody knows from when. But the only thing is, we got it this morning only. Here, there is again a clash between appearance and reality. In this entire text, you will find at times uh, there is a there is a clash between appearance and reality. Reality is the truth. Reality is the actual. Reality is the real, the fact. But appearance, what it shows like, what it seems like, what it displays, that is appearance. They want to write as well. They don't want to, especially Murad doesn't want to get either caught or be blamed or be found as liar. That blame or that blemish in the character of Murad is not ready to take, as well as he is not ready to lose this opportunity of riding the horse. So these two things, so how can we define it? At one side there is passion, on another side there is honesty. So Murad has at one side his passion, another side he has his honesty. So this passion is a proud passion, and this honesty is also a proud honesty. He can't leave any of them. Okay. Now, all right, he said, He walked the horse quietly to the barn of a deserted vineyard. We already have discussed what is barn, where all uh, the animals or some food material, the corns, are being kept. Okay. Barn of a deserted vineyard, which at one time had been the pride of a farmer named Fetvazian. So this farmer's name already introduced in my last video. So I just didn't want to underline the entire thing, but only the name of Fetvazian. Okay, the name of the name of the farmer, Fetvazian. Okay, this vineyard, this vineyard was once a pride for Fedvazian. So there were some oats. There were some oats. Excuse me. Yeah, there were some oats and dry alfalfa in the barn. So these are the two information. Please take a note. What was there in the barn where the horse was planning to be kept? The horse, the vineyard belonged to this person, Fate Vazian. So apart from John Byro and Dikaram, this Fate Vazian is another farmer. So the number three farmer. So there were some oats and dry alfalfa. What were there? There were some oats and dry alfalfa in the barn. We began walking home. Okay. Now today's part is over. Now way back home. But this homeboundedness, it wasn't easy, he said, to get the horse to behave so nicely. At first, it wanted to run wild, but as I have told you, I have a way with a horse. I can get it to want to do anything I want it to do. Horses understand me. Now, again, this is a statement provided by Murad, which is of paramount importance to us. Questions may come from this area also. Horses understand me. For example, reference to the context. Who is the me here? What do you think? Why do you think horse understand them? This kind of questions. Now, how do you do it? Okay, how do you do it? And dear students, I also would like to tell you about that whenever you have this kind of underline for this question, then please add a sticky note here. Add a sticky note here. Horses understand me. So what is the understand me? Me here, me here is Murad. So this is for your information. This is for your information. So this sticky note. So whenever you come to horses understand me, it may be the answer, it may be the a bit of elaboration. So you can do it if you are consulting as of now the soft copy. Now, how do you do it? I said. Matlab, how do you manage horses so well that they behave exactly the way you want them to behave? I have an understanding with a horse, he said. So two times, two statement. One, horses understand me. Then I have an understanding with a horse. Yes, but what sort of an understanding? I said. A simple and honest one, he said. Well, I said, I wish I knew how to reach an understanding like that with a horse. Because a horse is an animal, we are also animal. A horse is not a rational being, but we human beings are the rational beings. So we are expected to have a close bonding. We are expected to have a very good association with a similar kind of people who have rationale with them. But how do you establish this bonding with an animal which can't even speak to you? Then how do you communicate? This is a question for Aram. Now, you are still a small boy, he said. Again, a statement. Apparently, again, this appearance and reality. This statement seems that it is a way of underestimating Aram by Murad. But no, actually, Murad is of 13 years and Aram is of 9 years. So 4 years junior. That's why you are still a small boy, he said. When you get to be 13, you will know how to do it. Because Murad is now 13, right? Now I went home and ate a hearty breakfast. I went home and ate a hearty breakfast. Dear student, I'm just underlining those lines which, if come in front of you in your question paper, it will be difficult for you to remember from which text this line has been taken, because in this line there is no any clue who is this I. Now you are going through Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, that's why you know it, this is Aram. But whenever you will have Hornbill, Snapshot, all the prose texts together, then out of those, which one is this line from will be difficult for you. So please take a note of these lines, underline, either in your book or in the PDF. Now that afternoon, my uncle Khosrove came, and how do you understand that which one is Aram and which one is Murad? Whenever there is a I, na, it's Aram and he is Murad, because I is the narrator. I here, I is the narrator, means Aram, and he is the narrated one, that is Murad. So that afternoon, my uncle Khosrove came to our house for coffee and cigarettes. Uncle Khosrove. So we get the name here. Though we got the name in our discussion, Khosrove of Big Mustache, see now, came to our house for coffee and cigarettes. So this is also information. Came for what? Coffee and cigarettes. These are this little information. You might be asking, sir, we don't have any more MCQ. Then why we will remember these small informations? You will have to, because not knowing this information, you can be sufferer in two aspects. What are the two aspects? One is short answer type question. Short answer type question. Excuse me. Here you have three. Well, I was talking about this, that you have 3 marks question. You have 3 marks question, but it's not that all the time 3 will be total 3. It can be 2 plus 1, as you can see here, or it can be 1 plus 2. Then in these cases, this 1, you never know, can be coming from any of these short answers, very short answers. That Uncle Khosrove came for what? Then cigarettes and coffee. That's why you have to remember. So this is one aspect. Another aspect is in writing long answer type questions. In writing long answer type questions, you have to write a bit more elaborate. So in the operation of this elaboration, you will need these little information to rightly or correctly fill in the total answer. Okay, when I'll discuss with you, I'll show you correctly, you see. Now from here, for coffee and cigarettes. Now he sat in the parlor, sipping and smoking and remembering the old country. Then another visitor arrived, a farmer named John Byro. So at their home that evening, first came Uncle Khosrove for coffee and cigarettes. While Uncle Khosrove was waiting, that time John Byro came, another farmer. Then who is John Byro? The textual information, please take a note. John Byro, an Assyrian who, out of loneliness, had learned to speak Armenian. It means he didn't know how to speak Armenian. He didn't know this language, but he acquired the skill of learning this language so that he can communicate in this language with others, just to avoid his monotony, or just to get a fair and square deal with his loneliness. Okay. Now, my mother brought the lonely visitor coffee and tobacco, and he rolled a cigarette and sipped and smoked. And then at last, sighing sadly, he said, my white horse, which was stolen last month, is still gone. I cannot understand it. My white horse, which was stolen last month, is still gone. I cannot understand it. My dear students, as per the text is concerned, this is for the first time we get to know that the horse purposefully and honestly stolen by Murad actually belongs to this farmer John Byro. Now see, my uncle Khosrove became very irritated. Why? My uncle Khosrow became very irritated and shouted, "No, it's no harm." It's very customary of him. It's very usual of him that no harm. Pay no attention to it. Last day we saw that PPT slide. It's no harm. Pay no attention to it. So Khosrow became very irritated at this lamenting over my horse is gone, is still not being found. I'm not able to get it. So, what is the loss of a horse? I told you the last day. What is this? Some mudra dosh of some people. What is the loss of a horse? Haven't we all lost the homeland? What is this crying over a horse? There is a saying, my dear students, you must have learned this. Uh, the saying is actually the saying is actually an idiomatic expression which says crying over split milk. Crying over split milk. You are in a container, you are carrying milk. That milk is fallen on the ground. Split milk. Is it possible to arrange the milk again back in a container, and is it easy to make it edible enough? Will you be able to consider it as an eatable? No. That's why crying over split milk means something which has happened, no use crying over that. That is not going to come out. Dear students, we have to look forward. Sometimes we do look back. Is it bad? No. We need to look back to learn how to look forward. You need to look back to learn how to look forward or why it's important to look forward. Okay, so crying over split milk. Now, haven't we all lost homeland? What is this crying over a horse? जिससे देश छूटा, जिससे अपना वतन छूटा, जिससे अपना मिट्टी छूटा, उसके लिए एक घोड़े का छूटना कौन सी बड़ी बात है? So what is this crying over a horse? That may be all right for you, a city dweller, to say, John Byro said. That may be all right for you, a city dweller, to say, John Byro said. Yeah, a city dweller to say, John Byro said. But what of my Surrey? What good is a Surrey without a horse? What good is a Surrey without a horse? Pay no attention to it, my uncle Khosrow wrote. Pay no attention to it. I walked 10 miles to get here, John Byro said. I walked 10 miles to get here, John Byro said. You have legs, my uncle Khosrow shouted. So why are you trying to overemphasize on this walking at 10 miles? You have got a legs to do that. So that you are doing, no harm. It's like that. Now we are in the second last page. So please continue with us. My left leg pains me, the farmer said. First time it's 10 miles, then that was a cause. And now the effect is my left leg pains me, the farmer said. Pay no attention to it, my uncle Khosrow roared. Pay no attention to it, my uncle Khosrow roared. So whatever you say, whatever you're trying to, so even if your left leg pains, still, the farmer said, pay no attention to it, my uncle Khosrow roared. Okay, so dear students, let me remind you once again, which I talked about last day, that there is a saying that is, Hey Sara Sara. Even there is a Hindi movie having this song. Hey K Sara 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 Jo bhi ho so ho. So it means what will be will be. It means what will be will be. K Sara Sara Jo hoga dekha jayega. So that is an attitude. Maybe this is an attitude. We don't even know because the text is not ended yet. Come on. That horse cost me $60. So that is an information for you to be remembered. The farmer said. Who is the farmer? John Byro. That horse cost me $60. I spit on money, my uncle Khosrow said. That is a bold, careless reply that you also need to attend to. I spit on money. Hmm? He got up and stalked out of the house, slamming the screen door. Naturally, Uncle Khosrove, had it been you and me, then we would have also we would have also reacted the same way as Khosrove did, as Byro did. So my this Uncle Byro, John Byro, got offended, and out of anger, he slammed the door, means with a loud shut the door, and left. Now my mother explained. Explained what? He has a gentle heart, she said. It is simply that he is homesick and such a large man. The farmer went away and I ran over to my cousin Murad's house to inform, hey Murad, you know, गड़बड़ हो गया अभी अभी तो हम पकड़े जाने वाले हैं. We are surely going to be caught. He was sitting under a peach tree trying to repair the heart wing of a young robin. Robin is a bird we know, which could not fly. He was talking to the bird. So this is a part where you need to highlight once again, because any question comes from here. Why did I mention that Murad was, why did I mention that Murad was not only an animal lover, rather he has a way with nature, because he lives in nature. That's the thing. So sometimes it's Waziri, sometimes it is Robin. So whenever animals, birds, or any integral part of nature gets affected, who actually gets affected? Murad. What is it? He said. The farmer, John Byro. I said, the farmer. The farmer, John Byro. I said, he visited our house. He wants his horse. You have had it a month. I want you to promise not to take it back until I learn to ride. You are carrying it for a month. You didn't tell me? And अभी जब एक महीना देरी हो ही गया है, so as it is already 1 month, so I want you to promise to me that not to back it until I learn to ride. He's now he's a fresher trying to learn horse riding. It will take you a year to learn to ride, my cousin, Murad said. Question can come from here also. Learning what? Why Murad thinks so? So you have to logically establish your answer. We could keep the horse a year, I said. Then keep the horse for a year? My cousin Murad leaped to his feet. What? He roared. Maybe roaring with surprise, roaring with enjoyment, roaring with energy. Are you inviting a member of the Garaglinian family to steal? Oh no, that was not a cry of joy. That was a cry of amazement. That was a cry of guilt. Are you inviting a member of the Garaglinian family to steal? Garaglinian family stands for honesty, stands for truth, stands for pride. The horse must go back to its true owner. When? I said. In 6 months at least, at the latest. In 6 months at the latest, he said. See what kind of educated, honest, and captivating thieves they are. They are now calculating in between themselves that when in latest they can return the horse to its true owner, to its owner. Now, in 6 months at the latest, he said, he threw the bird into the air so that after repairing the bird, just like this, so that the bird can now fly with a new vigor, with a new zeal. The bird tried hard, almost fell twice, but at last flew away high and straight. Finally, the bird was being able to fly. Early every morning for 2 weeks, my cousin Murad and I took the horse out of the barn of the deserted vineyard where we were hiding it and rode it. And every morning, the horse, when it was my turn to ride alone, leaped over grapevines and small trees and threw me and ran away. So this was an experience. Murad has a way with the horse and the animals. That's why the horse doesn't affect, or the horse doesn't do any wrong with Murad. Murad is able to manage them. But when it's Aram is not that much efficient. with horse. That's why whenever Aram tries, he slips from Aram's hand and goes and hides behind anything. And even if Aram tries to leap over, Aram fails down. Aram is fallen down. Nevertheless, I hoped in time to learn to ride the way my cousin Murad rode. One morning on the way to one morning on the way to Fedvazian's deserted vineyard, we ran into the farmer John Barrow, who was on his way to town. There's a saying in Bengali, যেখানে গেলে বাঘের ভয় সেখানেই সন্ধ্যা হয়. This is the same thing. You are smelling danger, or think of the danger, and the danger is here. You are smelling danger? Yeah, danger is coming your way. So, Byro's horse you were riding, and now Byro is coming. Now, see the situation. Let me do the talking, my cousin Murad said. I have a way with farmers. It's a kind of a it's a kind of a boasting. It's a kind of a boastful assertion. I have a way with horse. I have a way with animals. I have a way with birds. I have a way with uh, farmers. I know someone. I know someone means a movie I watched where the veteran artist, veteran actor. I don't remember the name. Was saying like, "अरे ये क्या कर रहे हो सर भिंडी काट रहा हूँ अरे तुम्हें तो भिंडी भी काटना नहीं आता मैंने अ, उस कैंप में 15 साल भिंडी काटे इन अनदर सीन ये क्या कर रहे हो सर आटा गूंद रहा हूँ तुम आटा गूंद रहे हो या फिर आटे को नहला रहे हो पानी में अरे तुम्हें तो आटा गूंदना भी नहीं आता मैं दिखाता हूँ 20 years experience so a similar sort of experience I am now having with Murad's gesture this boastful assertion. Now let me do the talking. My cousin Murad said, I have a way with farmers. So he has a way with many things. Actually, he has a way with his self-estimation, which is very high. Good morning, John Byro. My cousin Murad said to the farmer. The farmer studied the horse eagerly. He wasn't wishing. John Byro was busy, engrossed in watching the horse and trying to find out whether it's his or not. Because his horse is stolen now. So whenever he finds any horse, tries to find out, is it mine? This is a gesture. Good morning, son. Good morning, son of my friends, he said. What's the name of your horse? My heart, my cousin Murad said in the Armenian. So in the Armenian language, what's the name of the horse that Murad said? My heart. But we got to know about the name of the horse as Vaziri. A lovely name, John Byro said, for a lovely horse. I could swear it is the horse that was stolen from me many weeks ago. May I look into this mouth? May I look into his mouth? I could swear it is the horse that was stolen from me many weeks ago. May I look into this mouth? May I look into his mouth? Okay. Of course, Murad said, that is the Sina Chora, that is the boastful, bold, and brave person's heart. Yeah, of course. There's a saying in Hindi, chori pe sina jodi, but this is an absolute example. Chori pe sina jodi. The farmer looked into the mouth of the horse. Tooth for tooth. Here, tooth for tooth means D2. Same to same. Tooth for tooth is in a very idiomatic expression. This has been nicely established by the writer, John Saroyan. He said, I would swear it is my horse if I didn't know your parents. It means a kind of a soft threat. It means a kind of a soft warning. To kill anyone and to have the fear of getting killed. The second one is dangerous. I kill you, so I kill you. You are done. I can kill you any moment. This is a fear which is trembling inside you, which is just rolling inside you and keeping you bothered, keeping you disturbed, perturbed, irritated, perplexed, overwhelmed. So, this is a soft warning. The fame of your family for honesty. The fame of your family for honesty is well known to me. Yet, the horse is the twin of my horse. Is means the absolute copy of my horse. A suspicious man would believe his eyes instead of his heart. Good day, my young friends. Remember that forgiveness, that tenderness, this religious aspect of tolerance I was talking about in my last video lecture. There was a session. So, this is forgiveness. Knowing it very well, he could go to any further extent to prove it that this horse is actually the stolen horse. But he didn't do it. Just to consider these boys, just to consider their family. I know their family. So this is actually the honesty, integrity, which create a reputation for a family, which is held high in someone's eyes. This is how eyes to eyes, mouth to mouth, face to face, a reputation, a worth is established finally. Good day, John Barrow, my cousin Murad said. Early the following morning, we took the horse to John Barrow's vineyard and put it in the barn. The dogs followed us around without making a sound. The dogs, I whispered to my cousin Murad, I thought they would bark. They would at somebody's else, he said. I have a way with dogs. Now Murad has a way with dogs also. So Murad has a way with farmers, Murad has a way with horse, Murad has a way with birds, Murad has a way with dogs. Altogether, animals. He has a way with. My cousin Murad put his arms around the horse, pressed his nose into the horse's nose, patted it, and then we went away. That afternoon, John Barrow came to our house in his Surrey. That afternoon, John Barrow came to our house in his Surrey and showed my mother the horse that had been stolen and returned. I do not know what to think. I do not know what to think, he said. The horse is stronger. The horse is now stronger than ever, better tempered. So these are the two compliments of improvement for the horse's part that he is providing. So the horse is stronger than ever, better tempered too. I thank God. My uncle Khosrow, who was in the parlor, became irritated and shouted, Quiet, man, quiet. Quiet, man, quiet. Your horse has been returned. Pay no attention to it. You have lost your horse? Pay no attention to it. Your $60 gone? Pay no attention to it. You have walked 10 miles away? So what? You have legs. Pay no attention to it. Now you have got your keep quiet, man. Your horse has been returned. Pay no attention to it. A peculiarity, na? Again, appearance and reality. Appearance says that Uncle Khosrow is a ill-tempered, impatient, irritated, crazy person. But the reality is, whatever is the situation, Uncle Khosrow is the only one. This ill-tempered person is the only one who knows well how to cool things down. If you say there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem, you are sending signal to your mind, to the neurons that you have a problem. So the problem is getting bigger in size. But if you think that problem, leave, no attention to it. Problem, no attention to it. That problem, pay no attention. This problem, pay no attention. Ultimately, what will happen? The reason of the problem will become so small, so curtained, it will be gone someday. This is something we can learn from Uncle Khosrow also, and we can surely implement it in our day-to-day life. So successfully, we completed the text. But since it's a good text, since it's a good text in size as well, so now I feel the importance of having a look back to look forward for our other text in the syllabus. So for this look back, I have prepared one presentation for you. So just have a look from the very beginning so that the entire thing is now well understood by you for the last time. So this looking back, the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse by Saroyan. Two Armenian boys, their family is proud, known for their honesty, almost 11 centuries. They believed in right and wrong and a family of strong principles. They are proud first, honest later, and then the right and wrong. That's the thing. So, an adventure and Aram's disbelief. So, cousin Murad sitting on white horse. This is Murad. You can assume like a dream because they were too poor to afford such a horse, couldn't believe it was his own, too poor to afford one. The only other way was to steal one. But no family member could have possibly stolen anything. So these are the areas of disbelief for Aram. So let's assume this is Aram's face after seeing the horse, the eyes rolled and all. This is the enjoyable ride with Aram and Murad. Let's assume that they are these Armenian two boys. They rode on to the country to Olive Avenue. Murad sang and the trot was thrilling. Murad rode alone the horse, rode at great speed, raced across a field to irrigation ditch, crossed ditch, then returned. Let's assume this is Murad. Now, narrator rode alone. Let's assume that this is Aram, the narrator. Full of fear, kicked horse's muscles, horse reared and snorted, ran down the road to Dikran Halabian, leapt over 7 vines, narrator fell and horse ran free. Let's assume that as per the description, this is the Kharus Uncle Khosravi. Okay. So this enormous man means big man, largest mustache in the San Joaquin Valley, crazy streak, irritable temperament, impatient, and he shuts up everyone with a refrain. It is no harm. Pay no attention to it. Then the theft of John Barrow's horse. Now, it's John Barrow, the animated version. Let's assume. So Barrow is upset. The horse had cost him $60, and serves no good without the horse. Had to walk 10 miles on aching legs to find for the horse, but no use. Then Khosrove is found indifferent towards theft. He said there is no harm, no use crying over anything that is lost. When Byro said he had to walk 10 miles, Khosrove reprimanded him. Reprimanded means a kind of a censor, which has a smell of insult also, okay, or humiliation. Byro complained of aching legs and Khosrove said, pay no attention to it. Khosrov is scoffing at Byro's lament over $60, says, I spit on money. Finally, Byro walked out, slamming the door in anger. Just now we read, na? Finally, let's assume that this is Murad, an animal lover. And this is a ring that says just a boy who loves horses. So Murad stole the horse, rode it, declared he had an understanding with the horse, fed it, and kept it in control. Now then repaired the wing of an injured robin, the bird, talked to it, helped it fly away 3 times, finally, had compassion for animals, we all know. It can be dog, it can be bird, it can be horse, even it for the farmers. Byro's dogs did not bark at him, he had a way with dogs too. Affectionately parted with the horse when put back in Byro's barn. Now Byro's dilemma. It's a dilemma or dilemma, what you say, means to be or not to be, to do or not to do, to have or not to have. This is called dilemma. Okay, you had a text in class 9, remember, the road not taken, the right and the wrong. Any one road you have to take in life also, just like a decision. So this is all about dilemma, which has a sister concern, that is procrastination, means willfully or unconsciously, unwillingly, but consciously sometimes, getting late in doing anything. Not today, tomorrow, not tomorrow, after 3 days, not now, after 2 hours. This is procrastination. So what was Byro's dilemma? Saw the horse with the boys, convinced it was his. Now the Armenian boy's family, known for honesty, couldn't have stolen it. Confused state of mind. Sure, the horse was his, but could not claim it to be stolen, because Garaglinian family is known for their honesty, their truthfulness, their integrity, their reputation. Finally, the horse has returned and John Byro is having balle balle. So early next morning, horse returned to barn and John Byro, delighted, found horse stronger and better tempered. So this is where we are done with this, and I formally declare the end of this chapter. The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. Please pay attention to all the assignments from this chapter. Already you have done that Google form. Some more forms will be given to you, sometimes MCQ also. I know MCQ is not there in your syllabus, but don't get disturbed. Please attend on the MCQ Google forms to assess yourself. Help me to assess yourself and your preparation, your understanding over the text. Okay, very soon, the very next day, means tomorrow, we are going to get something new. But what is it? Literature, writing skill, grammar, suspense. So let's meet you in the next session with the next energy, with the next vigor, energy, and with the next literary topic. Till then, take care, stay well, stay warm, stay blessed. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for your support and your patience. Thanks for loving me, and bye.